Well, welcome back to Super Tuesday Recap. It's your host, Chris and Deepom here. And we're back to review The Flash, episode 18 of season 4, Lose Yourself. Barry and the team find a way into Thinker's lair. Ralph considers it crossing a dangerous line to defeat him. Jill is concerned by Harry's recent behavior. All right, so I'm gonna cut right to the end because I was okay with this episode. They were giving me things I wanted, and every time I had that was stupid, they kind of fixed it. Mm-hmm. And then Devoe escaped because the two fucking cops didn't know how to check fucking cuffs.
No. You know what? I thought that at first too, but you know what it was? It was the bad luck powers.
Okay.
Because he says the girl's name.
Okay. All right.
And I was like, because I was with you, I was like, bullshit. But you know what? My biggest problem with this entire episode comes way before this.
Oh, there's some problems before this.
No, there's a problem with this episode that infuriated me.
Is it the we don't have to kill?
Nigga, what?
See, nigga, I have that as my first thing.
What show have you been watching?
See, so just so we can make sure everybody understands this. Deepom and I rarely talk about the shit we're going to talk about on any of the shows we do before we talk about it. I literally have in big bold letters, but like 2 or 3 of your villains have been killed in the last 2
or 3? 2 or 3? Nigga, he killed Wells. He killed Thawne through time. True. He time killed Thawne. Yeah. He killed Zoom. Mm-hmm. And he killed himself.
I couldn't remember if he killed himself or not.
No, because remember the time remnant dies in season 2. So there's 2 deaths at the end.
Yeah, you're right.
Then he definitely kills Savitar by erasing him.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's like
and that's not including like the occasional meta they can't save. Season 1, they kill a lot of fucking metas.
I think I'll even give. Let's say, all right, Barry. Technically, none of that shit is your fault. Technically,
fuck that. Sandman, he hit him with lightning and turned the motherfucker into glass and shattered him.
Oh, hey, look. But Deepom, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Hey, Barry, who's your best friend? Oh, would it be that guy over in Star City named Oliver Queen who literally kills everyone?
He doesn't kill everyone. He has a list.
He has a hit list?
I'm sorry, that's a little Dexter of him, but yes, he has a list.
You mean the guy who has a hit list? The guy who
this out of left field moral grandstanding about murder.
Well,
miss me with all you guys were trying to figure out how to kill Savitar for literally half the season last year.
What bothers me about this show is things like that could have easily been solved. All he had to do was say, Ralph, I've been down that road before with myself. I've seen it happen to people I know, and Oliver Queen. You can't technically. What does Ralph know? Is Oliver? Is the Queen there? I can't remember.
Secret identities don't matter anymore.
Yeah, they don't fucking matter. But it's like all he had to do was say, "I've been down that road. I don't want you to have to live with that."
And I thought he was going to say that.
I was waiting for that conversation.
At one point, he says something like, "Trust me, you don't want to do this." I was like, "There we go, Barry. Open up to Ralph. Really fulfill the emotional circuit of this scene." He's like, "You just don't want to do it." I'm like, "Motherfucker, are you a non-smoking PSA? What the fuck are you talking about? Hey, I've killed at least 3 motherfuckers, including myself, twice. It's not the easiest shit in the world."
Because remember, again, the time vermin, going back to the time vermin in season 2 with Zoom, it's like we don't know which Barry that was. We don't remember if it was the time vermin at Barry or it was Barry Prime. Like, that's the thing.
Everyone go watch The Prestige.
It is. That is the thing he could have gone back. Like, that's the thing that infuriates me right now with The Flash. All right?
Missed opportunities.
It's missed opportunities like that where, like, a show like Legend of Tomorrow or Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm sorry, I know people hate us saying we're making these comparisons, but I'm sorry. This is 4 fucking seasons, all right? And they should know better.
It's not pretend like we're new.
I mean, come on, man. It's like it's right there in front of you to say that.
Half of your episode can't depend on the viewer's knowledge of Wells as Thawne because of the Wells subplot, and then abandon that exact same knowledge for this plot. If you wanted to say, have an overly expository reason for Wells to have found the speed vault, that's fine. But you didn't give us that. You just had him walking in with his handprint after last episode had "Hello, Dr. Wells." Like this, I just want consistency because I can take it either way. I really can.
Right.
I've watched shows where they're like, it happened, but we know we're getting new viewers, so we're gonna walk them through it. That's fine. Well, or we're gonna ignore it. But this in between shit, gotta make a call.
Well, what bothers me about the deaf thing too is you don't get to sit there and go, well, we're just gonna hand wave it because you're part of a connected universe. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not gonna bring up shit with Stephen Amell, but let's just say it. Arrow's a better fucking show. Sorry, they might not have better actors, but they're consistent. And the whole killing thing is usually a centralized part of that show about whether Oliver should kill or shouldn't kill. It's always fucking there. Legend of Tomorrow dealt with Zoom, who was killed on the Flash because it was literally running. It was the Black Flash running through time trying to kill Dawn because Dawn was dead and Dawn was literally outrunning death. That happened on the Flash. So you don't get to have those other two shows in the same universe. Then have Barry looking at Ralph like Ralph is wrong, going, yo, we should just kill him. Oh no, we can't do that. Why the fuck not? It's literally has been the solution to every fucking season.
Here's how I know it was a great idea. Devoe saw it coming. That's how I know it was a great idea.
Right. Which leads me to hold that thought. Cause I got some other things another thing that they hit me.
This redeemed Ralph in a lot of ways this episode did because he's the smartest person in the room at all times. This episode.
Oh no! Look. So I know people don't like Ralph, but Ralph, I realized what it was. The problem I have with Ralph are one, the breaks in the show didn't do him any favors with the way they went back and forth, but. They even fixed Ralph because I couldn't figure out why Ralph was trying to rush to his death, and I was like, when literally before a couple episodes ago he was being locked in. And then when he revealed it's not about me, it's about protecting the people I care about. It's about protecting. I was like, oh, Ralph is actually a hero.
My God, that's that shit. They finally hit it.
No, that's perfect. That's what I want. That is Ralph.
That's what we've been asking for the entire time. And you know what bugs me? I finally figured out what really bugs me about the Ralph arc as a whole. Close your eyes. Now imagine they gave Wally this arc last season as opposed to the Dower Savitar show.
Bruh.
This should be Wally. This is Wally's story. The overconfidence, all the shit. They're not taking it seriously. That should have been Wally.
Yes.
This should have been the Wally introduction season.
Yeah. This is what but this is showing me that I'm sorry, but these writers don't know how to use the good pieces they have.
You know what they are? They're the coach that said, this is my system. I run my system. Meanwhile, other shows are like Bill Belichick. It's like, what you got? Oh, we can run around that. Yeah, totally. Oh, Brady can't throw deep anymore? Cool. Tons of crossing routes and bubble screens. They don't say we've got one system and once you don't fit the system, you're done. We say, no. We'll make this. We will adjust the system to fit our players, our roster.
Yeah.
Those are the best coaches in any sport. That's why Phil Jackson's not that great. Fight me.
But I'm sorry, but Ralph, the things they did with Ralph this episode, I was like, because there's some things I was like, oh, Ralph is stupid. But then seeing what he did and how they actually did it, it's like they put more care into Ralph and his arc than they have with Barry and everybody else. Here, another thing that's kind of been bothering me about Barry and it's been this season particularly. So when they said they were going to not have a speedster villain, I got excited. I think we both did.
Yeah, we did. I legitimately did.
And here's why we were excited. Because particularly Barry Allen is way more than his speed. Look, I'm going to say these things. And D-Bomb might get a little upset and tell me I'm wrong, but I don't care. I'm a Wally West fan. Wally West is a fast speedster, but Barry Allen is a thinker. Barry Allen is he's the detective. I love that when you're reading Tom King's Batman and I think it was Josh Williamson who's writing The Flash, they did that the button, and he had that one scene where Bruce is later after getting his ass whooped by Reverse Flash, but he's talking shop. They're talking about forensics, and Barry's standing there, and Barry's kind of going through. It's like I can always talk shop with Bruce because they had that connection. They know that. So it's going to drive me fucking crazy with this season where you have Devoe the Thinker is Barry doesn't fucking think. And he hasn't put forth any kind of plan or any kind of thought process, anything. It's literally running forward into everything. It's like just run towards the problem, and then there's no fucking plan here. Even
when Ralph says that's the same plan again.
Yo, because he's right.
It is the same plan again.
He's right. Like, I'm sorry, Ralph was right. It was the same fucking plan again. What are you doing? Like, when are we going to see Detective Barry Allen? When are we going to see the Barry Allen that we've seen working with the police force and have some kind of ounce of some kind of skill? We've gotten away from that. At this point, we don't see it. And it's driving me crazy because, like, there is no plan. And I think part of it is because, and I don't have a problem with Iris being a leader, but they then kind of made it so that now all Barry Allen is, he's just the muscle. He's just the speedster that runs towards the problem. He doesn't actually solve anything. They got Wells running around being addicted to the knockoff thinker cap. You know, a fucking Cisco is reduced to building model enterprises, which I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking cool. And shame on Harry for breaking that. Like, I'm not mad at that. But it's just like, yo, like, can we get a time when Barry is actually trying to break things down and put up plans? Like, again, yo, Oliver at least comes up with plans, you know, and ideas. They see him working on something. Like, Barry and them keep doing the same thing over and over again that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, their entire plan for going into the Pocket Universe to stop Devoe was fucking stupid. It's like, so let me get this straight. You take all three of your heavy hitters and you leave your other meta. You don't leave. Like, I almost thought they didn't have another weapon, but then, and I know Barry didn't think about this, but it was revealed that Ralph still had the old one. So
he had the impression.
Was it the impression, or did he have the
impression? I think.
I thought he had the. Okay, but it's like, yo, it's like, what were you thinking? Like, how did you guys not? Because again, I'm sorry, Ralph was right this episode when they were like, no, we locked up the new meta in the pipeline. He's like, yeah, right, because it's not like Devoe's broken into a maximum security facility before. Oh, yeah, that's right, he has.
Yo, not just Devoe, everybody.
Well, I wasn't even talking about breaking into Star Labs, which has no security. Like, so Star Labs is not considered maximum security. So let's just get that out of the way right there. It is not maximum security. Devoe broke into the fucking in Iron Heights, though. So he broke into somewhere that actually had security, and you guys are saying we locked up this meta in the pipeline. Devoe can't get him. Since fucking when? Since when? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm
I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, they're making fun of the pipe. Oh no, they're serious.
They were fucking serious. Like, I think that the problem happening is right now, and it's way late in the season, and so anything that they can do to fix this, I don't think they can. And two, it feels like they're treading water. They don't know what to do with Barry, and and it's weird to say this, but this is where I think I was afraid of when season 1 started. Because I was like, so what do? You have a speedster, so what do you do? And you have an A-list character with all these superpowers. What do you do to keep it fresh? And they haven't figured it out yet. And it's something that's so simple and so. Again, look, I know I'm ragging on this episode, but there are things I like in this episode which makes the things they didn't do make me madder. Like, I love what they did with Killer Frost. One, love the fact that Caitlin's actually doing some science shit.
Well, yeah, and they also made a really good job emotionally by making Killer Frost a separate character and then killing her off in the same hour.
Right. No, that was great. Like, you know, seeing, like, when you were like, oh, we leave. I talk to Killer Frost all the time. He's like, how do you talk to her? Oh, I leave her notes. And so they leave him posting it. So it's like a cute little thing. You don't think about it. And then when Killer Frost, quote unquote, dies, I was like, oh, fuck. That's kind of shit.
Because they had that soft pan over the piano music as they scrolled towards the post-it notes.
Right. I'm like, yo, see, you guys can do this. You guys can connect the dots, but how do you drop the ball on some other things like this? Like, I don't know. It's just really, really weird, man. It really, really is. I don't get it. It feels like I feel like I'm getting character development for everybody else, but not Barry. If that makes sense.
But you know what? And the thing is, we talk about another show that's been doing that too, Arrow. The thing is, Oliver's done.
Right.
As a hero. This is the finished product of Green Arrow. We're not there yet with the Flash. Yeah. We need Barry to grow more. And the things you're pointing out about him not being a scientist, you're right. And I think maybe they think, oh, he's not a police scientist, so why would he be a scientist? Barry is a scientist that goes beyond more an occupation. It's like you said, he and Batman could always talk shop because they're both detectives.
And so people don't think I'm just doing you think it's just like the comics. Go back and watch the first season of Flash.
He's rebuilding crime scenes at super speed.
Right. Like Barry is, he talks shop with Wells. Like Wells and him connect over. So what they've done now is they brought Wells. So now it's Harry and Cisco, and they're the ones that always go and work on things. But it's like, but Barry used to be able to do that too. Mm-hmm. And I think by not having him do that, because I feel like I don't think they know how to juggle the characters they have on the show, and so they decided to take Barry out of that, like that dynamic. But I'm like, that's stupid. Like, again, I hate to do the comparisons, but I think it's a good point. Look at what they've done with Daisy Johnson on Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's their heavy hitter because of the powers, but she's also their hacker. So when it comes time to do some technical shit, Daisy's right there in the middle of the shit because she can do both. And I think that this show is struggling to allow their characters to be able to do both of those things. And I think they're drowning under the weight of all their characters. Because here's another thing, too. Where's Cecile?
Chris, what did we say after Flashpoint? They need to slow down giving all these characters powers.
Mm-hmm.
It created lots of problems. First of all, I'm not going to worry about Cecile. She's a secondary character to a secondary character.
Oh, no. You're right. But the reason why I bring her up is they made her more than that.
They didn't. They used her as a trope. They got her pregnant. They put her away. They brought her up to give her powers and give that funny episode of, haha, she can read Joe's mind. She has not been important to the plot 1 second this season. I'm not going to take that one.
There's a lot of people that are not important to the plot.
That's fine. They don't have to like it. That doesn't change facts. You don't have to like facts. It's just facts.
Mm.
She is a supporting character of a supporting character.
To me,
she has no arc. Her arc was meet Joe, get pregnant. That was her arc. It's been completed. It will be completed further at the end of the season when, spoilers, she has the kid to coincide with the finale. That's her role. She's a marker for time at this point.
I don't think they do a good enough job. I think they promoted her more than that, and then you take them away.
See, I never saw her as more than that at any point in the show.
I think they put her. I think they put her in too many episodes. Because here's the thing, I agree with you, but I think if you look at how they put her in before the break, she was all over the fucking place.
Well, it's because Barry was in jail. It was done. It was on her. She's the DA. It was on her turf. We're not in jail anymore. We're not going to the court. I mean, he's not even a cop.
You're right, but actually no, because remember we even asked why they even had her. They went out of the way to make her the lawyer for Barry to begin with. Right. We made that comment. We were like, why is she even doing this? Again, it's just one of the things. I think they made really bad choices with the characters and putting them in place.
I'm fine with that choice. I think you're right, though. They don't do a good job balancing. I think the fact that they rush and gave everyone powers bogged down the show. Wouldn't it be more interesting if Robin Barry?
Say it again. You broke up. Say it again.
Wouldn't it be a bit more interesting, a little more stressful if it was Ralph and Barry? Maybe Cisco's built some gauntlets that can do vibrational things, but he can't breach into other worlds. That's a little overpowered, right? Maybe we shouldn't have all these power. Like, that's why I'm like, hopefully Killer Frost doesn't come back. I'm like I know Killer Frost is more fun. It's a better character, but I think they've been able to loosen up the Caitlin portrayal when she's not Killer Frost to a place where she's more likable.
Oh, no, I agree with you. I like the Killer Frost persona, but they've also done enough with Caitlyn now that she can carry it on her own without that. And I agree with you. I don't think they should bring it. I almost want to say, and this sucks because I like the character, I almost want to say I want Cisco to take the Breacher job and go off with Gypsy for a while. I want him to do that. It's gotten too crowded. It's kind of like how the Arrow Cave got a little too crowded, but even then, they did a better job. I'm sorry, Arrow did a better job of handling their people.
It's also because it's the Avengers problem. Each threat has to be bigger, so each power set that's needed to face it has to be requisitely commiserately big. So Barry runs fast, but Cisco can open doors to other worlds. But Killer Frost or Caitlyn has ice powers and a split personality. Like it felt kind of like the powers have been getting out of control here. And if next season opens up with Detective Joe West, if he survives, because that's always on the table, because Barry tends to lose a parent a season. Detective Joe West, Iris, and Barry walking out of Star Labs, the three of them, and it's just the three of them, and it's that way for a while. I'd be okay with that. Or maybe Caitlyn too.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to. Like, I like Tom Cavanaugh. I like the Wells.
Well, they dumbed him down too, didn't they?
Oh, yes. So now he's dumb. He literally fried his brain. So at this point, I kind of want him to go back to Earth 2 with Jesse and take some time off. Like I feel like they keep going back to the same well. No pun intended. But they've done that.
The pun totally landed. That's good.
Yeah. But they've done this, and it has been hurting the show. Like I again, just like last week, there's an episode here that I like. There's a lot of things that I like out of this. Like I can even go with, like, I was really upset about the cuffs thing. If we go with the whole thing about the bad luck powers, I'll deal with it. You know, I'll take
sit here for 10 minutes to start the episode and talk about how much we love what they did with Ralph this episode.
Yeah, no, listen. I think what they've done, I think Ralph's arc and what they did with him, great. Like, because I think a lot of people sometimes get confused by, if you don't like a character or a character gives you a strong emotion, that somehow is a bad character. A strong negative emotion is a bad character. And I think that's the problem they've had with Ralph is, yeah, there were times in this episode I didn't like Ralph, but then when you get that flip and you actually find out what it was, like even Barry couldn't understand. Like he had that silly little fight, and I was like, Ralph, you know you're about to get your ass whooped, right? You can stretch. He has super speed. You're gonna get knocked the fuck out. So then when Ralph is like, yeah, but listen, I don't have any other family. I have my mom, and then you all. You all are the only people I care about. And Devoe goes through people in his way. Team Flash will always be in his way. I cannot lose you. I'm sorry. That wiped away any negative feeling I had going up to that point, because, yeah, I was going, this is stupid. That plan's not going to work, Ralph. What are you doing? This feels like it's going back. Then I saw, I was like, oh, Ralph is he's being a hero. He's trying to protect the people he cares about. And he's not wrong on some of the other things he was saying. You know, you guys keep using the same, like, I love his thing. I swear if it was, I swear if I was running this team, and I was like, well, you know, you guys have, because look, here's the thing, under Barry and Iris, you guys have lost every single meta. You're 0-7. Technically, I'm gonna give you 0-8 because you lost Killer Frost too.
All right, y'all got the extra credit question wrong.
You guys, you went into the SAT and you didn't even get the baseline 200 points because you signed your name wrong. All right,
threw an S in there. Damn it, I need you to focus.
Right, like, come on, man. Like, I'm sorry, like. And I think that's the other thing too I have with this season as far as, like, you guys keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. When are you going to try something different?
Ralph said it's like, look, this shit has not worked.
We keep trying. We can't outthink Devoe. Well, you guys aren't trying to outthink Devoe. Like, at one point, I want you guys to go, okay, stop thinking about what's in front of you. Start thinking like what's the next move? What made you think that jumping into the pocket universe with Devoe thing? What makes you think that if he knows you have the other meta that can do that, that you guys wouldn't attempt to do that yourselves? Like,
bro, if the other meta figured out he could get there, how the fuck do you know he's not watching you right now?
Like,
silly shit.
Why wouldn't you have a backup plan? Oh yeah, okay. If you're not back in 15, and then on top of that, it's like, so you have him open up the dimension. Okay, they go over to the pocket dimension, bring us back in 15. If you don't hear anything from us, bring us back and open it back up in 15 minutes. Right? All right. So they get there. Devoe comes into their lab. Why did you guys send what's his name back to the pipeline? Why wasn't he already right there? Like, to me, it's like you need to be ready to go. Open the the whole thing just didn't make sense. It wasn't thought out. It wasn't a fucking plan. And you guys are wondering why Devoe. Like, at this point, I'm like, I want Devoe to win. I want Devoe to win because Devoe, like, you're not even trying. Like, nothing you have done so far has been smart. Nothing. It's not. It's not. You know what it is? It's a Peter Quill plan. How much of a plan is 11%? 11%. That's not even a half. That's not even. No, that's not. What kind of plan is that? It's not a plan. You know, it's a Peter Quill plan. What are you guys doing here, guys? I want the show to get back to being smart.
You're right.
I want the show to get back to being smart. We got pieces there. There are pieces.
They're definitely pieces. You're not wrong. There are definitely pieces. It's just they're not coming together in the right way, and it's really unfulfilling because we can see it happen. It's like watching It's, you know what it is? It's like watching the old screensaver and like have it almost hit the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's just infuriating. I was almost there. It's because we can see because they do it right sometimes.
Yo, again, there's things I love in this episode. Yo, Iris took one for the team. Yo, that was look. I'll give it to Iris. Yo, she did the. How deep is your love for me? Like almost stab
some shit. Is it deep enough for you to move?
Yeah, I'm gonna stab myself and then knock you out that way. It's like
there's got to be another plan besides that. Like I'm gonna stab myself. Why is that the answer?
She's not a fighter, and Mallory's about to whoop her ass. So I'll take.
That's fair.
I'll take that one. That was dope. I loved Iris doing that. Again, you show Iris as being a badass and not giving a shit, and going there. Fine. Iris has explosive earrings. Fuck. Okay. But I do have.
Finally. Why aren't they all kitted out like fucking James Bond?
Okay, but then I have to bring this up.
Do it.
So you had time to make explosive earrings for Iris.
Well.
But you didn't have time to put the goddamn suit in the ring. Okay. Or even have some kind of alarm system in Star Labs so that Star Labs doesn't look like isn't always getting broke. Whatever. Oh, I will.
Going off. I thought it was Devoe escaping. Nigga, buy a camera. What the fuck is going on here? The motion sensor.
Right. They got ADT. They finally got ADT at fucking Star Labs.
Your ass is talking to me about a fucking. Nah, man, can't be this.
Wait. So that brings up another point though. So there are motion detectors inside once you're already inside of Star Labs. But there aren't ones when you're breaking in.
Chris, I've already wrestled with that in my head. This shit. Like,
I can't. No, you know what though? I'm okay with that. Because I feel like
I'm fine with it. I'm not mad.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to think that that's something that drags the show down for me, because I feel like breaking into the Arrow Cave, breaking into Starlight, that's just what happens for heroes. Like, it's like when people break into the Batcave. It's like
one in Henchman School.
Say it again.
It's day one in Henchman School. We're gonna break into the Arrow Cave. It's like part of a fucking scavenger hunt.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get our ass kicked when we do it, but yeah, we're gonna break in there.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Also, so at the end, when Devoe changing himself back into looking like Devoe, which I appreciate, because I was like, Okay, let's. I can't go the entire season without seeing the actual actor who's playing Devoe. I actually liked him, so they got some reason to do that. But I'm not gonna lie. When he said my new body has benefits, and he looked at his wife, I thought it was a penis joke. I thought it was a dick joke.
I bet they wrote it as a dick joke. Like, well, we can have him shapeshift too. Oh yeah, that sure.
Right.
It was definitely written as a dick joke.
I mean, last week was a one long dick joke too. So I'm just.
It was an erectile dysfunction commercial. The only thing that didn't have were two bathtubs in a field next to each other.
when the right time becomes right now.
I hate you so much.
Oh man. So again, this is what episode 19. So we got 5 more episodes. 18. So we got 5 more episodes left. Look, I mean, here's the thing. This is not a show that I'm gonna quit. This is not like infuriating quit. It's just I want them to do better because I see better in there. And beyond just me like comparing to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., like Legend of Tomorrow does this. So I know they can do it inside the network. And so I did they change the does next season next season has a different showrunner for I think Arrow.
Arrow, yes.
So I don't know, man. Maybe it's time to switch things up because I think they need it because it's just there are flashes here, and I will say I think that this show probably does do better if you binge it, which is why I think
this will hold up on Netflix really well.
And this is why I think that next season we're definitely going to go to a 3 episode at a time deal for it. I think our discussions about it will flow better because I think it'll make more sense when we can keep it fresh because the breaks hurt and. Again, these little small things, like I just want them to be a little smarter. It's almost as if, you know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if the writer room changes every season or has changed. Because I'm starting to wonder how much of them have watched those previous seasons.
I can pretty safely say that you're not coming onto a show without pretty extensive knowledge, and they're going to have people on set to help guide people who don't know the stuff. So.
I hope so. I want to know that because it's just, I don't know. It just feels like such a, and I get that later season a lot of shows drop off, but I don't know. Man, it just feels like they're missing something. Like, I'll tell you one thing. Like, do you have any ideas of what you think Devoe's final plan is? Is he making something for to affect the entire city?
This should have been the end of his plan. Look, baby, I'm out the wheelchair and I got all these fucking powers. Let's go live life. Like, this should have been the plan.
Right. Like, he's literally turned into a super scroll.
Yo, like, what's a wrap? What's next? Whatever we want.
Yeah, you ain't even got to drug your wife no more.
No, you can, I guess, you fucking weirdo.
Oh, he will. He will.
And more to the point, you fucking will.
Yeah, right. No, he will. So yeah, it's just again, it's just weird choices. The biggest sticking point was the whole killing is not the answer when literally you like. Hey, I don't know, man.
It's statistically it's the answer.
I'm just saying you've lost everybody you've had. Every person you've had, you've lost. I actually think maybe you should switch it up. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those weird things.
Open new ideas, at least. Let's have the conversation.
I mean, how many people die? How many metas used to die in the pipeline?
Most of them.
Right. That first, they weren't even feeding people.
Big Belly Burger before he reset the shit with the timeline.
Mm-hmm. Hell, even when Barry did Flashpoint and captured Thawne, remember he was just delaying him from the inevitable because when he released Thawne had to outrun death. I'm just saying, it's just I don't know, man. I think killing is the answer.
I think they know killing's the answer.
Right. Just say it.
And that's what scares them. I'm just kidding.
What? Hey, you know what though? That would have been a better conversation. I know, but I don't want to go down that path again. I don't want to be that person.
Being used once would have I really appreciate
it. It just would have helped. It just would have
helped me, except while I was watching.
It would have. All right, folks. That's it for this mailbag. We're recording the mailbag this Sunday, not next week, because we're doing our character corner next week. So get your emails in for the mailbag. Mailbag@mtrnetwork.net. Yes, please do that. And then that's it. Make sure you subscribe. Super Tuesday recap. And you can get us on mtrnetwork.net. So subscribe, let all your friends know, and we will be back. Like I said, we got a lot of comic book stuff to talk about on Sunday. So if you have anything you want to talk about, email us and we'll discuss it. So again, folks, thank you guys very much for listening. Until next time, we're out of here. Peace.